What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in back to Channel 99. This is episode 2 of the Party Cast with Chapter Black. We kind of left everybody hanging on the first episode because we didn't know if we were going to have enough time to come back, but we did. So this time around, we chit-chat about, we talk a little bit about aliens, military stuff. We got a firefighter in the house.
Catholic Church.
Yeah, I didn't know that the Air Force had firefighters, but then he like explained it to me, and it was like so common sense. I was like, God damn it, dude! Because I overthink stuff sometimes, so I would have never thought that that you guys have fires. But fuck yeah, you guys have fires. You got
we got shit that catches on fire.
Yeah,
man.
You got shit that catches on fire. But it was a really good conversation. I geek out a little bit on some politics, and I get really super nationalistic. America! But yeah. I think I make a pretty good fucking argument for everybody without having any type of a biased view. It's a very open-minded view, and I don't think I should upset anybody. And if I do, well, then write me, and maybe I'll read it. And maybe I'll respond. If I don't, well, then I probably didn't read it. So, but everybody follow Chapter Black. They announced it at the back. But it's Chapter Black Official or at the Chapter Black Band on Facebook and Instagram on the former of the of what I said. So make sure that you subscribe. Give us 5 stars. Pass the episode along. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.
It's the floor speakers. All the wedge is just like a PA speaker, but it's on the ground.
And how would a singer utilize that?
So he just hear himself back is all.
They
like
just, live.
They take the live mix and they put whatever you want out of the live mix through that specific wedge, so you can hear yourself. Is all it is.
Oh, and a lot of the old time rockers, they do that.
Yeah. The singer from Seven does that, where the other members of the band have in-ear monitors where they hear themselves through that way, and also hear a click track going through there.
Yeah, whatever program
when they play their songs.
Gotcha. That's crazy, dude. Being somebody who doesn't, I don't play live on stage, anything, or anything like that. But having lived with Blake for only a couple of weeks and seeing now they're putting this stuff together, and I'm going to be going on tour with them for 2 weeks, I'm starting to see like the complicated process of what a band does.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people even get that perspective, like on firsthand.
Yeah.
And going on the road, dude, we're gonna be in some crazy places, man. Yep. We're starting in like California.
I saw the lineup. You guys are going to like fucking Oklahoma City,
dude. Yeah, we're going everywhere, man. It's crazy. In like 2 weeks, we're gonna be everywhere, and then we're going to we're stopping off, and I think we're getting like artist passes for some show down in Texas and Houston for like 3 days or something.
Is
like
it
that?
South by So What? Or
no,
South
by Southwest. No,
that'd be
it's
sweet.
I think it's called So What Festival.
Yeah, it used to be called like South by So What, just as like a
Oh.
rip-off thing, or like a
follow-up, because
like
they just wrapped up.
like a playoff thing to South by Southwest, because it happened around that same time.
Yeah,
but yeah, they shortened it to So What, and I saw the lineup for that show, and it looks fucking sick.
Does it?
Yeah, dude, I would go there to fucking watch Beartooth and Mice and Men, dude.
Yeah, and I think we're getting passes, and if we can get the passes, hopefully I can get a press pass, and I can like live broadcast it. I can take photos. I can include it, because my plan in detail would more or less be I'm going to literally document everything at all times. Like I'm going to set up my own little tiny studio inside of the van and shit, and like I'm going to do like interviews in between shows, after shows. I'm going to be live broadcasting all the shows, so I'm taking like a couple of these GoPros and got to buy some like a bunch of like cords and stuff. But this is all for Channel 99. This isn't for We Were Giants. Like, I mean, yes, it is for them, but at the same time, like, this is to make myself better. And it's a cool project. I think it'll be fun. I'll get to see firsthand, being not a musician, but being somebody from the outside who just can kind of document it. Yeah, I'll be like a journalist at that point. So, but it's cool, man. I'm kind of excited. Do you guys ever aspire to do things like that?
Yeah. Like I was saying, like there's a lot of intricacies, as you've seen now with
and different approaches.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different approaches. I mean, I think
Can I get another one of these, by the way? Sorry.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Would you have the bottle opener, Zach?
Thanks, man. Everybody who's listening, this is episode 2 with Chapter Black, man. We got Zach and David back again. We're just a couple more drinks in, and Amanda showed up. She was swinging by to pick some things up, and she got wrapped into this. So by pick things up, business stuff. We're talking supplements. Anyways, go work out, you fat fuck.
Am I tuned in though?
Step back from doing the truffle shuffle.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I have so many people who are in here. They mess with all my stuff. All right, hold on, Amanda. Mic check, girl.
La 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 la. What do you want me to say? Hello, peeps.
Perfect. Awesome. Nope, you're
That
good.
works.
I've done this a couple times.
I had one lady here. She was a guest, and I was like, "Hey, we're gonna do a quick mic check." And she was like, "What do you want me to say?" And I was like, "I don't know. Just give me a nursery rhyme." And she was like, "I don't know any nursery rhymes." And I'm like, "You don't know anything?" And I was like, but then I thought
Twinkle,
about it.
twinkle.
I would just said some
star.
random
Yeah.
bullshit, and there you go.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
what
like,
I do when I can't think of anything. I'll just say whatever.
Exactly.
Is my face supposed to be on there? Because it's not.
It's not on there.
I don't care.
I thought that's what your face looked like. I'm sorry.
This is a black
It's really surprised.
box.
Oh.
Whoa.
You are now. Ready, set.
What's
Everybody
up?
watching.
Oh yeah, definitely not look like that.
Yeah, let me balance out the cameras.
Yeah, I don't
real
like
quick
this.
here. You don't like what?
This camera's like weird in my face.
You think so?
A little bit.
Well, it's a fisheye. Well, I mean, it's like a wide. Well,
That's
it's
right.
like a wide
My
angle.
skin is like glowing, but not the good way.
Just sweating beads.
My fucking white ass over here.
Is it hot in here? I know. Well, and these lights
it's
make you look
definitely
so
not
much
hot.
more pale. I
Oh,
have
I
to
know.
like change my
know.
white balance on this.
I'm just gonna start tanning at the gym, so that's cool. That's what
You
it
should. What
is.
gym? Where you going, dog? Where you
Well-
getting unlimited tans at, bro?
I don't even want to say where I'm about to get a gym membership.
Cheers, by the way.
Don't
You know what? You know what? I've only been in a bed once, like a tanning bed one time, and it was like when I was 17. Well, cheers. I'll
Yeah.
cheers you again. And I felt really weird. My friend, her family owned like the tanning salon at the time, like a girl that I went to high school with. And so I was like, yeah, I'll go get a free tan. Fuck it. I'll see what it's all about. And I went and I got out and I was like, I feel so ashamed, man. I
Yeah.
felt like my man card was stripped. And I was like a skater, long hair, like skinny dude. Definitely not like, you wouldn't have pinned me as like an athlete. You would have been like, that dude probably plays guitar or
Yeah.
or he probably skateboards, but yeah, it was really weird, and I just remember feeling really weird about myself.
Yeah, my aunt had one that she purchased for a lot of money, and I jumped in it just to see what it was like, and I was like, "Don't open my eyes! Don't open your eyes, because you're gonna get eye cancer, bro."
Eye cancer.
I
But you're
get eye
supposed
cancer.
to wear these goggles though. Did you not
Should
wear
have
them?
goggles, man.
The small goggles that have the
What?
fucking brown.
Yeah.
Well, your
lenses or
eyelids
some
are
shit.
not thick enough to protect your eyeballs.
Listen,
anyway.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Those lenses on those fucking
They should
glasses
be
look like
if
little
we
fucking
evolved.
shit dots, dude.
Yeah,
They look like
Weird
alien
looking.
eyes. I don't know what alien eyes would look like, but I would imagine
Mhm.
kind of like that.
I think my aunt is a little too redneck to give a shit about fucking goggles on her eyes.
Dude, yeah. There was this
That's another level.
yeah, there was a girl that I went to high school with, and she was super cool, but she had a tanning bed at her house. And when we were like 7th, 8th grade, I mean, this girl tanned all the time. She was like, we used to call. I mean, I'm not gonna say it because that's kind of rude. But we used to like definitely take note.
an idea.
We used to take yeah, we used to take note at how tan and like dry her skin looked all the time.
Oh, and she was
Poor
how
girl was like
old?
14 maybe, but she had like a tanning bed at home, and she would just like
Suck.
tan all the time, and she was
I
like,
can only imagine what she looks like now.
It ages your skin
and
horribly.
she,
Oh my
well,
God,
she
yes.
moved to Hawaii
Ooh,
after high school. She quit
Yeah.
like tanning. I think in
definitely
high school she kind of
melanoma at
realized,
least once.
yeah, but she definitely had a fucking tanning bed at home. She was always tan, but it's whatever, So
You know, my mom used to always tell me, wear sunblock, and I,
As-
she was like, one day you're going to thank me. And now it's like, I really wish I would have listened to my mom every single time.
probably,
Yeah.
probably, but I think it's healthy to get a little bit of some sun.
Oh, a little bit,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I remember the really bad.
lived on the beach.
It was bad to me. I don't know. It kind of depends on the person how you define bad or a bad sunburn.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
About almost 2 years ago now, I went to, what's that pond lake place or whatever? The
Set-
clock tower?
I don't know.
The clock tower in fucking downtown.
Quinn's Pond.
Yeah, there we
Clock
go.
tower?
Quinn's
Yeah.
Pond. So I went there with a couple of old roommates that were living at the house with me at the time. I went there and I didn't fucking think about wearing sunscreen or anything like that. So I was on like in one of those fucking floaty things on the water for about God knows what. And I come home, I'm red like a motherfucker. And after that, I ended up leaving with Andy and his fiance to go see Tool. And it was the most fucking uncomfortable thing, wearing fucking jeans and a shirt, sunburnt like a
probably got
motherfucker at a
sun
Tool
poisoning.
concert.
That is
I-
uncomfortable.
I dig it. I
That
dig it.
fucking
I've
sucked
had sun poisoning
balls.
before.
Yeah,
Damn.
I got sun poisoning. We went to Cascade,
yeah.
what,
Sun
last year or the
poisoning.
year before? No, seriously.
It was
Yeah.
almost
Oh,
2
it's
Is that
years
what they
ago
call it?
now.
Oh,
Sun
yeah.
poisoning?
It's
It'll be 2 years in
horrible.
August.
You
Damn.
literally you throw up and yeah, it's
Oh.
it's
I
like
was-
if you have the flu almost.
Yeah, so I had the like cold sweats, the
Yeah.
chills, everything.
Oh,
and I,
yeah.
dude, I mean, my back was fucking
Terrible.
ungodly red. I was like a red glow stick.
He got
man.
red like a motherfucker too.
It was bad.
When we went there, I made sure to wear sunscreen.
Yeah, I made him do it, but I didn't do it. I was getting drunk as shit, just having a good time, man.
Yeah. You know
Oh
what's
my God.
this is what's crazy. I went to Mexico and well maybe it's not too crazy, but I went to Mexico and not Mexico. I went to Hawaii and the first day we were there, I was like, I'm good, man. My skin's good, dude. I can spend because it was like 70 degrees out and I'm like, I'm totally good. If it was 70 in Idaho, I could be out here for 3-4 hours, no sunblock.
Nope.
I get a decent little glow because I don't really burn. And if I do, it's like a light burn and I turn kind of like a copper brown like next day. I don't really burn bad. And so I can
Is it
usually
like a tan?
yeah. Well, I'm
Like a natural tan?
well, I mean, like
Duh.
if I'm like outside, yeah. I mean, it's all natural, but like my skin just isn't.
Doesn't
I'm
get
not
turned red.
super white. Yeah, I mean it does, but
At
it doesn't
first, but then
last
it-
long.
Yeah, same.
Oh, and usually I don't put myself outside for like more than 2 or 3 hours anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If I do, usually I get like red. But if it's like 2 hours or less, I just have like my skin tone. I just can absorb a little bit more sun, I guess.
Yeah, you have a little bit of an olive
Yeah, I've got like an olive skin,
Yeah.
so
undertone.
for sure, German. But like. Where was I going with that? Sorry, we were talking about staying in the sun.
I remember
Oh,
you said
I was going to
something getting
Hawaii,
copper
dude.
brown, yeah.
You guys are talking about the poison, the fucking sun poisoning. Yes,
Well,
this
but
is where I
the
was going with that.
temperature.
So my skin's usually good. I can hang in the fucking sun for like a decent 2-3 hours and not feel like I've gotten too much sun. I mean, I feel like I've gotten sun, maybe a little sleepy at the end of the day, but like the next day I'm fine. 2 days later, I'm brown, like it goes away. I was in Hawaii though. And like first day I was there, I was like, fuck it, man, I'm not gonna wear it. And everybody's like, you probably want to wear sunscreen. I was like, nah, man, it's like 72 degrees outside. It's 10 in the morning. I'm good. 3-4 hours later, I'm like thinking I should probably put sunscreen on, only because I feel like my skin's starting to get that hot feel.
Yeah.
Like, like fuck, I waited way too long. I was a lobster for like 4 days. It was the most uncomfortable.
I feel like that's a men thing.
It was so uncomfortable though, but I didn't get nauseous, didn't get headaches, didn't have any issues like that. It was difficult sleeping though, because I was sweating my ass
Showering,
off.
taking a
So
hot
that's
shower.
a cold sweat.
Mm.
If
Yeah,
you
I
were
did get like a
sweating,
cold
yeah.
sweat, but I like didn't feel like I was like OD'd
No,
on
you get
fucking
like the
sun.
shakes, like you literally need to hydrate, and
That's insane.
yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, I basically turned myself into a sun-dried raisin.
People die of that though. Exposure.
yeah.
I'll be right
Exposure.
back, actually.
Yeah,
I
you're
gotta,
good, man.
gotta go to the bathroom.
You know where it's at. Yeah. But when I went to Jamaica, I kind of regulated myself a little bit. I was like, all right, couple hours, 2-3 hours here today. But everywhere I went, I didn't have sleeves on, and I never wore sun. I take that back. I would spray sunscreen on once a day, and it was usually like an hour or a half after we had been out on the beach, hanging out, playing games or something. I would spray it once. It was supposed to last all day, but you're sweating the whole fucking time because it's like 80 degrees,
Yeah, yeah.
humidity. You're on a fucking island in the middle of, in the middle of the ocean. So, you kind of expect those conditions, especially if you're fucking going back and forth, playing ping pong against all the European people. Dude, we met so many cool Europeans, when we were in Jamaica, all
I met
these
a
rich
shit
fucking
ton
Irish
of
people,
Europeans,
English
in
people.
Colombia when I lived there last year.
Well, yeah, dude. Because people who have money like Coke, and where are you gonna get the best Coke? You just go to Colombia. You just buy out in Colombia for cheap.
Not in Boise, Idaho.
No, Boise,
no,
Idaho.
not at all. Not that I would know.
We got pretty decent weed though here.
Oh, for sure.
I would say, but I mean,
I wonder why.
We've always had pretty good weed here though. Before it was even legal in the states surrounding us, there was always pretty decent weed. I remember in like back in the day, I had like high school days, more like college days. That's when like people started actually like being like, oh yeah, and that's stick it to the wall, bro. First time I remember my buddy telling me it was dank. First time I remember hearing
Dank
that,
as
we were
fuck,
like
dude.
15 or 16. He's like, dude, this is like some green. This is some dank green, bro. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, check it, man. It sticks to the wall. And he just he takes this nug out of this bag. You know, he's so fucking stoked. He's got a dub sack, and he pulls this nug out, and he just fucking pushes it against the wall. And he's holding his finger there, and he like takes his thumb off, and it's sticking to the wall. And he's like, shit's dank, bro.
When it feels like you're pulling apart a marshmallow, that's when you got some fucking dank weed.
Yeah.
Well, but some's really fucking dense though too. I mean, a lot of like indica is going to be more dense. Is that right? Am I right?
You are right.
And then the sativa is going to be.
I don't know.
Sativa's a little more
I don't
dry.
have experience.
I will say, you
I
guys,
don't grow it.
you guys absolutely do have amazing weed compared to the East Coast and even Colombia. Way better than Colombia.
Really? Well, it's
Yes.
probably because everybody just grows in their backyard, and so it's just standard that everybody just has shitty weed.
Yeah, probably.
And they're probably just like
I wouldn't
cloning the
say
same
really- yeah.
plants, the same shitty weed. And they're like, fuck.
Yeah, they don't like. They
Let's
don't
just
have,
start it
like,
growing here.
different-
I'll smoke it.
Yeah, they
It's
don't
whatever.
tell. They
Blew
don't
in
have
from
like
the
all
neighbors.
the names that we have and stuff like that.
Really?
Mm-mm.
That's well.
I mean, there's like maybe like a few names, but nothing like crazy.
Colombia's crazy. Colombia's an interesting country. They have they've been in the news, not too much recently, but I'm pretty sure like a bunch of people were kidnapped not too long ago.
No way.
It's Colombia. Let's be
Colombia?
real. Everybody gets kidnapped in Colombia for ransom. You killing me?
I
Like
mean,
you kidding
it
me?
hasn't happened
You
in a
killing
really,
me?
It
and
doesn't
kidding
happen
me?
as much as it used to. Let's just say that.
Oh, okay. So it still happens a lot though, because it used to happen.
People get
a lot.
kidnapped here a lot too. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, a lot of shit
By
happens here.
fucking aliens. You want to talk about aliens?
Well, yeah,
Oh my
whatever,
God,
but they
dude.
get taken.
Whenever you mention alien, I think about you saying, God's fucking alien, dude.
hey, I'm wrong. I'm on the same page with that.
God
shit.
is an alien, man. Think about it. Think about it.
So
Homeboy created like he created a dude, and then he like took that dude's rib, and he was like, I'm gonna fucking genetically modify this to be something that this dude can have fun with, and
Oh, you told me that theory.
and then I just fucking created something for that dude, and they're both smart enough to figure out that they
And they're
should
making-
fuck.
No,
And
no. You broke it down and the other night. You broke it down in a way how like he came and talked to Adam about making Eve.
He's like, yo, Adam, let me tell you something real quick. What if I told you I could take your rib and you'll never have to jack off again, dude? But I gotta take your rib, dog.
it's not.
And
gonna feel
Adam's
good.
like, Adam's sitting there like, fuck yeah. So this alien just cuts this dude's rib out. He throws it in a petri dish. He's like, wham, bam, tits, you're good. Throws it
start
down
fucking.
there.
dude was fucking a rib for a while.
Oh, yeah. Like, how did they figure that out? They don't talk about that shit. They don't talk about that shit. They don't talk about the birds and bees. How
Okay, you
the
were
fuck
talking
did those
about
two
how he
people figure out how to
cloned-
fuck?
You were talking about how God cloned Adam.
He did. He's a
Yeah,
clone.
Yeah.
Eve is a genetically modified clone of Adam. He's literally
He's a
fucking
fucking GMO,
himself.
bro.
He's fucking himself
GMO.
at that point. He is.
I mean,
dude.
he already was. He already was. So I mean, it's just a prettier self to fuck, I guess.
She had to go eat that goddamn apple. Fucking now we're
How do
here.
we know she was prettier?
Now
though?
we're here.
Like, we don't know if she was pretty.
Well, I mean, let's be real.
I don't know.
God,
There's
if I
fucking
was creating
illustrations
something,
of
if
people
I was,
who that thought
Yeah.
she looked like and shit. So
if I was creating something that I would be like, fuck yeah, I'd fuck that. I'd probably be like, all right, cool, we'll give him that.
You fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Says Adam. Chapter 1,
No,
verse 1 to Eve.
Chapter 1. Verse
So I was at work
Oh,
one
would you
day, and
fuck me?
I had a buddy at work, and he liked to watch those Alien Files and shit on our lunch break, right? Well,
Yeah.
everyone left the fucking our little TV room we have at work, and I'm sitting there like I was gonna take a nap. I'm like, wait, this shit started to get interesting. So I guess this fucking Canadian Prime Minister or ex-Prime Minister of Defense or whatever they call their guy who's like their National Defense Secretary, he he got fired. And so he came out and pretty much said, like, hey, there is intelligent life out there. Like, they're just waiting for us to make the right move to, have relations with us. But they're not happy what they see yet. So
they don't want to interfere with our relations yet.
They don't want these idiots with us yet. Yeah.
Dude, Eisenhower, there's a lot of weird shit, man. You're talking to a guy who...
Yes, you have no idea who you're talking to.
Literally, I geek
this is
hard.
his life. Like, literally, like, all he does.
I have a lot of people over and I just geek and I just like hear their stories and I'm like, fuck yeah, or I'm like, no, fuck that. And then I'm like, think about it my own way and I'm like, all right, that kind of works now. So yeah, but no, I have a lot of really interesting people on here who change my point of view continuously. And so, and we always like, it's always fun to talk about Bigfoot, aliens, all kinds of shit. Why? Because we don't know what we don't know. And there's a lot of weird shit out there that we don't know about.
Flat.
Yeah, like we don't know anything. Like the flat earth theory totally blows my mind. I don't believe in it, but people who do fucking trip me out. Come on my show.
Hey, they're starting
tell me how fucking crazy you are because I think it's just as fucking crazy to believe that the earth is round considering we literally only have one photo ever of the earth from space. Every other photo, admittedly, NASA said that every other photo is photoshopped. And they take multiple photos and then they just use that as a collage and they create their perception. Dude, you could create a flying fucking dick of everything and North America but would be wrapped around the shaft. You know what I'm saying? Like the balls would have all fucking South America. You know what I'm saying? Like it would just be like this fucking dick. We would have no idea if that's all we've been told our entire lives.
Well, they're taking
Then that's
off
all we
soon,
know.
It'd be like the world is shaped like a fucking dick.
Well, we're going to the moon. We got a Space Force coming, which is fucking cool. Shout out to Trump, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty fucking cool, man.
Sign me up if that fucking shows up anytime.
It will.
soon.
It'll show up.
You talking about that Space Force shit?
It's literally
oh
legit.
My fucking god!
Real. Yeah. No, that's fucking cool, man. Well, it's to prevent. It's to prevent certain fucking. You gotta go.
I said I'm down to go.
Oh, I'd be down to go. I was like, sign me up, man. Fucking station me on the moon.
Hell
I'll go
yeah.
hang out. Fuck yeah, that'd be sick. But it is a legitimate threat, and it's kind of interesting that they're reigniting the whole space wars, right? Like, what's even crazier is the governments around the world are like, yeah, we'll go to Mars. We'll send a fucking spacecraft to Mars in like 2030. And Elon Musk is like, fuck you guys. I'm going to get there in like by 2020.
Aren't there
and we're going to
still,
send a bunch of people.
Aren't there people still trying to fucking figure out if there was life on Mars or some shit?
Yeah,
So
Mars
there
is interesting,
There
dude.
is life on Mars.
Dude,
the problem is it's trapped in ice. And
Well,
and they want to. There's like guys
But
out
do
there
we
that
really know that? We don't really know. We have no fucking clue.
they suspect. I can't quote.
They take a bunch of pictures, and what is sent back is an array of like numbers, and they translate that into colors, and then they translate those colors into objects. So we don't really know. Those are not legitimate pictures that they take of a lot of the shit they take. Those are literally numerical data that's sent back to us, and then it's translated, and they're like, all right, well, fuck it. Make sure it's a circle. It is kind of red. Blow it up. Fucking Photoshop. That's literally what it is. They don't take an actual photo. People don't know that. They'll absorb certain amounts of light, or in this case, gases, to find out if there's methane or whatever is on there. And then what they do is they filter it through certain light sensors. And certain gases and certain things will trip those light sensors, so colors will come back. Well, it's only translated in data because they can't send a photo from fucking space from 1980, right? Like on a craft that they fucking threw out there 20 years ago. They didn't have shit like that. They probably did. It wouldn't surprise me, but either way, those photos aren't actual photos. They actually get those photos and they have to convert them, they have to translate them, and then they have to project them, and they do it to the best of their ability, but it's all man-made. So there is a room for error, and this is shit that was literally compiled years and years and years ago. So as technology gets better with the way that they can edit things and they can portray things, they can provide the facts, but they translate it and they communicate that however they want to. So if it's a circle, fuck yeah, it's a circle. If they want to make it a cube, they'll make it a fucking cube and say, hey, this is a fucking cube. We wouldn't know because we're not out there. We don't see the data. We don't know how to translate it. We don't have the fucking software.
And there's these pictures now that apparently there's bases already in the moon from like years and years ago.
Oh, dude, it's crazy
Oh
shit.
yeah, the
and
dark
they're like
side of the
zooming
moon.
it in,
Dude,
like
dark side bases.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
Tesla,
crazy.
this is another thing a lot of people don't know about. Tesla had plans to go to Mars. He said that he was connecting the way that the reason Tesla, he claimed that he was being contacted. He
Yeah,
made
he was talking to
radio contact with like extraterrestrial life, and they were telling him all these things. This is how he claims to have done this, but he actually had plans, and he had outlined a way to get to Mars, and using electricity, free energy to get to Mars.
His electricity model.
Yeah, his universal basically universal electricity model, but. He had plans to go to Mars, and when he died, obviously the CIA and the FBI disappeared.
Took all his documents.
All of his shit was
gone.
Seized.
They
You
raided
don't know.
They raided
You
his
don't know
whole
it yet.
apartment.
Yeah, but I mean, after he died, after Area 51, you see in the 50s, you see this alien technology pop up. Now we move from a tube to a microprocessor. We've got microprocessing fiber optics, which is fucking crazy. We've got night vision. We've got Kevlar. We've got lasers. Like, all of these things happened within 10 years. We literally went from fucking a tube TV in black and white and shit to a microprocessor, night vision, Bluetooth, not Bluetooth, but like all these different types of like signals. Dude, it's insane, man. And so you can't tell me that there was no influence from somebody or something that probably had a little more insight. Nobody's that fucking smart, dude.
When's the last time you've gone to an air show, like military base air show?
Not ever. Maybe like when I was like 10 down in Utah.
I think I know where this is leading to.
You need to go to one, because if you see, so we got the F-22 and F-35 stealth fighters, right? I've never seen an F-22 fly until last year. This fucking thing makes maneuvers that just defy the fucking laws of physics.
I've
mean,
seen
they make fucking turns at fucking hundreds of miles an hour that make no fucking sense. Like, you're just like, how the fuck is this thing doing this?
It's just the way it manipulates the air.
It is in fucking sane.
It's awesome.
So I guarantee you, the military has some sort of. My dad always told me, because he's been to Roswell and a bunch of other bullshit, and he was in the military. He was like, listen,
I wonder what that has been like.
Anything
cool.
anything you've seen now, it was already invented 10 years ago.
Oh, it's probably invented 30,
10,
40, 50 years
20
ago.
years ago. It was invented already. It's just been testing for this long, and you're just now seeing it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Dude, it's no, it's crazy. They just released, you can go to FBI on my FBI.org. If you go to my actual web or my Facebook page, like my personal page, I posted this thing on FBI.org, and they disclose the top 34 just the types of things that the black budget taps into. We're talking like multi-dimensional stargates. They literally list this on FBI.org.
Stargate? Are you talking about like the actual show, like the fucking like circle shit?
I'm talking like our like billions and billions of dollars of untraced money.
I'll fucking tell you right now,
This is
dude.
all on
If they
FBI.org,
actually
man.
made a fucking actual Stargate, I will fucking
We
shit
don't know.
my pants,
They don't go
dude.
into details.
I
They
will
just tell
fucking
you.
shit my
There
pants.
might already be.
A fucking Stargate,
Dude,
that whole fucking ordeal, dude.
The
Multi-dimensional,
money.
that's-
Let me pull it up. I'm just gonna go to my Facebook, but I mean, this is like legit, man. I posted it so that people could see this shit, because I do truly believe that like people don't take advantage of this freedom of information, and that's fucking important, because the FBI
everyone fucking
releases,
wastes-
they might black out 99% of it, but
Right,
you'll
right.
see what the fucking title says, and you'll be like, holy shit! that-
Everyone wastes their time on fucking Facebook, man.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They don't
Dude.
go and research stuff.
I know. I went to I typed in unexplained phenomenon on FBI.org, and it comes up with their like top 20 unexplained things, and it's all like alien abduction cases. It's all like Bigfoot shit. It's all crazy stuff that the FBI literally spent lots of fucking money jumping into, thinking this is worth the investigation.
The Men in Black. Anyone ever fucking think about those motherfuckers?
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
they're
No,
actually,
dude, they are real, bro.
Yes,
Yeah, I know they're
are
real.
Men in
real.
Black.
They're fucking real.
The
Do
real
they
Men in
actually
Black.
have those fucking like flashlight shit that
Well,
fucking erase your
no, no,
memory and
no.
I
shit?
So,
haven't
hang
seen
on.
anything about
Well,
So-
I don't think Will Smith's going to be showing up anytime soon.
I mean, he
Look at Tommy Lee Jones, or now Chris Hemsworth, and whatever that fucking bitch's
David
name.
Hemsworth, yeah.
David, so if you watch a lot of there's specific stuff you can watch that is actually on like Nat Geo and shit like that, but like they talk about abductions or sightings, and then these strange men in black overcoats, black top hats and shit showing up, and
then they don't remember anything.
Yeah, they don't remember anything after talking to them.
Yeah.
You know, and they've got video feed footage of these strange men in black just showing up and talk to people after alien events or extraterrestrial events.
A lot of the movies,
they've got them recorded. They've got them recorded in like Canada, dude.
Yeah,
like there's like a well documented. Canada's really dope about their UFO shit.
Yeah,
and
they're super public about that stuff.
Yeah, and what's crazy is Canada, I think, has more UFO sightings than I think the United States, maybe.
And it could have something to do with how close they are to the,
Arctic,
the polarity of the Earth there.
Yeah, the North Pole.
Yeah,
all the fucking aliens live inside our inner Earth. Do you geek out on Hollow Earth theory shit? I geek out on Hollow Earth.
I haven't gone into that much. I've been stuck on aliens forever.
It's interesting, man, because it's like maybe there are no extraterrestrials. Maybe Atlantis is like inside of Hollow Earth. So Admiral Byrd, he did a couple operations. He was like the top admiral for the Navy back in the day. He was a pilot and shit. He talks about, if you ever heard the story, most people have, Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah.
So
I read the book.
Yeah, well, that's based on his experience flying north to do he was doing like a mission, and he writes about this, and his grandson actually published it, I think, or his nephew or something, found his journal, and wrote the book off of it, Journey to the Center of the Earth. But basically what happened was he was flying up, and he was escorted. He was approached by two flying craft, disc craft. He was escorted to the center of the Earth. So if you look at the poles, you'll notice that they never show you the actual North or the South Pole. You can't fly over them either. And Hitler was obsessed with Antarctica. They believe the Fourth Reich was down there. And Hitler also he advanced civilization like 100-fold. I mean, when it comes, and it was regardless of like, I mean, atrocities beyond measure. I mean, he took the entire world to war. But even scientifically, when it comes to technology, he was building like a time machine. Like he had captured an alien spacecraft, well documented. It crashed in Germany. He had captured it. They claimed that the Nordics had like these like tall whites, like these Nordics, what they call them. Like they look like us, but they're like kind of more pale and they have blonde hair. Basically, they're Aryan as fuck. Is what what you would expect Hitler would think. Well, if you read back, we actually have a president, it's well documented that, and his granddaughter talks about how it's true. He signed a treaty with the aliens that did not side with Germany, like these extraterrestrials, in exchange to make sure that like our planet was safe and secure to help us build. After all that, you see an increase in all these UFO sightings, all kinds of shit. Well, you can look this girl up. I don't know why I can't think of this dude's name off the top of my head. But yeah, it's really interesting. He goes missing a couple times. Apparently, like he was meeting with like world leaders from other planets. Crazy shit, dude. It's enough to tickle your brain. But yeah, no, super interesting as far as like our history, world history, and like what we actually don't know. Because the Hollow Earth is like, we don't know if like these extra crafts are down there. Have you ever looked into like sound waves? Sound waves. So a radio wave is actually, it's negative. It's anti-gravity. So when you shoot a radio wave at gravity, it bounces off positive, negative. So if you can control the frequency and the rate, the frequency and the hertz, I think is what you call it, you're able to manipulate the gravitational waves, because gravity gives off two waves. It gives off a short and a long wave. The short wave is us. We're stuck on this planet, right? Long wave is the fucking moon is stuck in the outer like area where it's like, those are like they're the stronger waves, but they're like, there's less of them because they just don't get through that far. Does that make sense? Yeah. Either way, but if you can manipulate those, you're able to move like you're able to manipulate it and move in ways that defy physics. Our physics only they bind us to a three-dimensional world. Mm-hmm. They bind us to what we know, what we see. But we know we only know what we know. So I mean, if somebody came down here and was like, all right, well, this is how you really fucking use your brain now, and they unlocked like the other 90% that they say we don't use or whatever, which I think is kind of bullshit. I think we use a lot more of our brain, but I think we don't use it in the way. I don't think we make the correct connections, or we don't open up those neural pathways because we're
not
very
aware of them.
Our education is structured,
Right.
man. Everything we're taught, everything we know, we only know because our parents told us, or we were told at school. They only know because they were told that.
Exactly.
Somebody higher above mandated it. You're supposed to teach it this way. Boom, boom, boom. Generations deep. You only know what you know. Like, if you look back and look at shit in like the 40s and 50s, completely different world. Like, people thought completely differently. Like, it was all different. Why? Because genetically and like culturally, we continue to mold, and it's only because we're force fed certain things that are gonna change the way that we perceive things. And there's a lot of weird shit out there that they're slowly introducing over the last couple years that kind of make you think, no, there's fucking aliens, right? Space Force. We're gonna put a fucking. They want to put a fucking. They want to put a base on the moon. You know, like, our government is saying we need to do this to protect our country, and in return protect the rest of the fucking world.
Yeah, but they're trying to make it out like, oh, China or Russia is gonna attack us from space. That's their excuse.
Dude, neither one of them have ever put a dude on the moon, and I can argue against the whole fucking landing on the moon. I've written papers in college, 2, maybe 3. I don't think we landed on the moon, but if we did, fuck yeah, go America. Nobody else could even pull off the fucking fake moon landing if we did it. So, we'll find out. China just sent their first rover. It's 2019, everybody. China just landed their first rover on the moon. So, that fucking brings into question, how were we able to make it to the moon in like 7 years in the 60s? But now it's like, well, some of the countries with technology that lead... Dude, China, they rip off all of our patents, but China leads us in like technology. They feed a ton more money in their space agency right now. We have fucking India who just shot down their own satellite.
Because their intelligence is just like way up there.
Or maybe different aliens came down and they created like different hybrids, and they're like in different places of the world, and they're like, we kind of like this one, but we kind of want them a little taller, and then they just like headed over to like somewhere else, like Europe, and then they're like, all right, we want taller, but they're too white and they're not athletic enough. Let's go somewhere like a little hotter, and we'll just make somebody better. And then they went down there and they made like all the black people, you know what I'm saying, and maybe just like kept working on things, and like, we'll make athletes, and then we'll make smart ones, and we'll make ones who just kind of just drones, and you know, they just kind of figured it out, right? That's
an interesting theory.
Yeah, think about it. Or maybe a bunch of them are like, hey, you can take this you can take this amount of land,
movie. You should write this amount of land,
this amount of land. All the aliens.
That's a good plot for a movie.
They're like, you get Africa, you get Asia, you get Europe, you get the Americas. Go for it.
I don't write that down.
It's like it's, what do they call it? What is it? Kind of like the shows where you make food. It's like, you got 5 minutes to make this
Iron
dish.
Chef.
Yeah, it's like Iron Chef, but Iron World.
It's like Chopped or some shit,
yeah,
too.
it's like Iron World, and they're like, this like one fucking overseeing like alien god. He's like, all right, this is, and maybe we're part of a reality TV show.
Maybe
We're an alien radio.
It's like
reality
it's like that
TV show.
movie, the Truman Show.
One
Yeah.
of my favorite movies.
I've always
Crazy.
thought maybe we are in a fucking petri dish.
I'm just waiting for someone to fucking jump out. Like, you're on pranked, bitch. Like, fuck, man.
Fuck, man, my whole life.
My whole life, dude.
You just got punked.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Good one, God. Good one. Fuck yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, like, all the things that we know that we don't know. You know, like, there's so much out there, just we have no idea really what's true and what's not.
Yeah. Well, the government's now slowly coming out with saying, like, especially like the Air Force, right?
Yeah.
They came out and said, by the way, we've kind of been lying to you for like ever.
Right.
We spent like a ton of fucking $1 million in your tax money researching UFOs as a threat. And we're not even going to call them UFOs anymore. We're going to call them unidentified aerial, what is it? Like aerial phenomenon.
Yeah.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah.
Because of the stigma.
Well,
yeah.
And we're in the air so much, like, anything could fucking be that. It could be a fucking ball of ice fucking flying through the fucking sky from a snowstorm.
Yeah, but a ball of ice doesn't really make a 90-degree turn.
And I don't
at 20,000 miles an hour.
But what I'm trying to say is we got pilots that just because they got college fucking degrees and they fly planes don't mean they're the fucking smartest guys in the world.
True. But you have to be pretty fucking smart to fly one of those planes. And you definitely are up there a lot more than anybody. And I think people who are pilots can decipher what is a natural object that they could like be like, oh yeah, it's a fucking bird. Like, I don't know, 20,000 feet up, probably not. You know, and if it's like following them, there's a lot of weird reports. Obviously they suppress this stuff, you know, and a lot of the guys that come out, they, you know, their reputation is somehow tarnished, or, you know, whatever it might be. I'm not part of that, but it's fucking crazy to think that like the extent the government will go to cover things up, and then they admit that they've literally spent 20 something million dollars, maybe more than that, last year researching it. And it's like, hold on,
there are way too many people now really starting to realize how much stuff is like that,
they're
you know, underground
us.
that we don't know. So, you know, there are a lot more people researching and just like, you know, trying to get to the bottom of what's true and what's not.
Well, the internet. And dude, there was this crazy one. I was watching this somebody sent, and I'm trying to find it because it's a link on the actual FBI page that I posted. I don't think it was this far back, but he posted it. It's a video of a guy, and they produce and they film and they produce a lot of B-roll film, so like landscape footage, a lot of drone shit.
Yeah.
They scrubbed the film, and there was something, and they did the math on it, and this is like an interview this guy has, and it's from I think it was from like 2015. They're filming at 60 frames a second on this GoPro on this drone, and something comes over this hill, like over this mountain, and it goes right by the drone in literally like a second. And the mountain was over I think they said it was like over 5 miles away, because of they could like, you know, they had it on their map of where they were located, and then they pinpointed where the actual place was in the drone, because you can get the geolocation on that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys were like, we don't know what it was, but something that moves like this, and I'll show you the video. And the guy's like, we've just been hesitant to put it out there because like people don't really, this like makes people fucking question life. Like, this is not good. People don't like this, and they don't. It makes people uncomfortable thinking that there's either something out there that's more important than us or that's watching us.
Say important.
Makes them question
I
whether or
would say
not their God is
superior.
actually real. Where
Yeah,
the
I think that's
fuck
what it comes
is
down
this?
to. Because people think that separation of church and state is still applicable, and I don't think it ever was, honestly. That the church has more of a play in the government than people fucking realize, and I mean,
What about Masons though? Are you talking like traditional Christian
I'm
churches?
talking about like the Catholic fucking
Catholics.
church, man.
Oh, dude, the Catholic
Oh,
church.
yeah. They're
Dude,
They've got their
everywhere.
fucking fingers in everything.
Oh, the
Oh,
Catholic,
for sure.
especially little boys.
Oh my fucking
Wow.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
win.
shit, dude.
No shame, dog. We
fucking way.
we blast the Catholic Church all day on this fucking show, man. This is Channel 99 Pro Edge podcast. Dude, I'll fucking tear. Dude, the Catholic Church is, they're a goddamn, dude, they're a virus on this planet, man. And the only reason I say that is because they don't tell anybody the truth. You have no access to their archives. They only release what they want. They helped all the fucking Nazis get out of fucking World War II. They funded the Nazis. Like, dude, the Catholic Church is completely fucked, man. And they don't let people
Aren't the
know
Catholic
about
churches
this.
also the same fucking churches that have those little fucking confession area rooms or whatever,
Yes.
where you're like
Yep.
sitting in the
Confessional.
Yeah, Father,
fucking
forgive me for
confessional
I have
room.
Yes.
sinned.
Forgive
blah,
me,
blah,
I
blah.
said I did this, I did that, and oh, this many Hail Marys, this Hail Marys,
Dude, they-
fucking blah blah blah.
So bad. All the shit coming out about them too right now. Like, I've never been anti-religion. I'm anti raping boys all the time. Raping
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
children.
No,
was-
I am
Who the fuck does
anti-religion.
that?
I am for sure anti-religion.
Yeah.
Fuck
Religion is
that.
complete manipulation.
I'm anti-religion.
Oh,
as
for
fuck.
sure.
Yeah. Well, most of them are just corporations.
Well, I've told you
Untaxed.
last
Tax
time I
write-off.
was on
Tax
here,
write-off.
I was raised as a non-denominational Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, and I'll say this again, like I still have my own beliefs, but I ain't gonna go on and fucking go, oh hey, you should do this, you should do that, believe
Yeah.
in this and that. Like it's Whatever you want to fucking believe, go ahead and fucking do it, dude. Just fucking.
Me too, but maybe don't let your kids be altar boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
That's how I feel. And let's be real. This is the church that literally created the Bible that you use. They took out books on books on books. People don't know that there's the Book of Mary. People don't know the Book of Enoch, where he literally was taken up by God in a fucking spaceship, and he got to know all these fucking people from another planet. Like, people don't know about these books because the Catholic Church is like, people are getting kind of smart, but we're smarter. So I'm going to tell them what they can and can't read, and then we're going to steal all the other archives.
These are all translations, so it's not,
Exactly.
It's not perfect.
Exactly.
And,
Well, the Catholic Church is basically fucking God, fucking judge, jury, and all that shit back in the day. They were the government.
They were the government.
They were like the fucking first hierarchy-style government that fucking arose from whatever, I don't know.
Church of England was like... because King Homeboy, he couldn't get a divorce. And the Pope was like, nah, you can't do that. And he's like, well, fuck you, I'm the King of England, so I'm going to create my own church. I'm going to steal all your shit, all your doctrine, and I'm going to make chicks. Didn't he let women be priests too?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like
crazy
that.
Shit.
Yeah, he was like a big fuck you to the Catholic Church. And those were the two big, the Catholic Church like ruled Europe, but like England ruled the world. So, it was kind of like, the Catholic Church kind of ruled the world too. Let's be real. They came over here and slaughtered everybody in the fucking Americas.
They probably still do it at some extent.
All the Spanish, they came over here and preached, and wasn't Catholicism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They came over here, they're just like, hey.
The Native Americans.
Yeah. They're like, hey, well, this is the fucking deal, guys. We're going to take your gold. We're going to rape your women. We're going to eat your food. We're going to give you all smallpox, and you're going to have to fucking be Catholics. And if you're not, we'll fucking kill you.
If shit didn't kill you, we're going to kill you.
Yeah, and if none of that kills you, well, we'll probably just put you into work, and that'll probably fucking kill you. So welcome to America, our America. Spanish.
The new America.
Dude, how about the Mexican president? Like last week, sent something out to like the he literally sent like a letter to the Spanish government requesting an apology for the fucking colonial like invasion.
Stop.
Yeah, Spain was like, get the fuck out of there. We said sorry.
Shit,
yeah, he's like, get the fuck out of here. We said sorry to
there
you
like so many more
forever.
important
We
things
said
going
fucking
on.
sorry to you when we gave you the other half of. I'm sorry, it's not a half of Brazil, but whatever you want, bitch.
But no, Spain was like, nah, go fuck yourself. And then all of Mexico, like not even all, but a lot of fucking Mexicans were like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, you should be working on our drug war. You should be working on, like, finding the fucking families that are all the fucking people for the families that are missing because, like, these cartels come through and they just kidnap everybody. They're like, hey, you're going to shove the shit up your ass and you're going to run to America. And if you don't, we'll fucking kill you.
What's that going to do?
And if you do, we'll probably still fucking kill your family. So that's what they do, man.
What was the intention behind it? Like, what does he think that's...
He just wants... It's another... It's another poor me, poor us. We just want attention.
Ugh.
Nobody fucking cares. Everybody said sorry for the last 300 years. We all know it's a tragedy. It's fucked up. But this is 2019. Don't worry about the more important shit, like the people who are missing and like Mexico's a shit show right now, man. Like, it's on the brink of a revolution. They've got all these cartels running everything, and then on top of that, you've got all these migrant like groupings of thousands of people who are just traveling through Mexico. Mexico can't even sustain its own fucking economy, let alone like thousands of more people looking for free fucking rides all the way through to get to America. And we don't put up with that shit, and God bless America, because I don't think I should have to pay for that stuff. Like, I'd rather my money go to the kids who live here to like go to their schools, to like educate the kids who are going to be an impact, both economically, they all are going to contribute. I'd rather put that money back into people here, not people looking for a free fucking ride. Like, I get it. Their life sucks, man. That sucks. But there's ways to do it right,
not?
and there's ways to do it like where everybody has a fair chance. This is America. Everybody wants a fucking trophy for participating, right? Those dudes need to get a fucking trophy for participating. That is going through the right system. That's a participation trophy. You know, like when you come, if you cheat, you get kicked out. What do you do when you fucking cheat in a football game, right? You're penalized. You go. Like,
Yeah.
it should
Like
apply
flag
in
on a
all,
play, dude.
Yeah, and that's a fucking game. So when it comes to real life, it should apply like that, but it should be a little more harsh because these are lives you're talking about, yes, but there's other people's lives, like the tax dollars that are going to, like, you know, facilitate all these programs that are like, oh, this is awesome, make sure that these people have a great place to live. No, we're putting them in fucking camps. These people need to go back to their countries and get a fucking job instead of just sleeping around and having to camp out for months just waiting to like get a free ride in America. We're gonna send them back. We always do.
Yeah.
And it's on our dollar. People are dying right now. Like, that money could be reinvested into like our school systems. That money could be reinvested into the lower poverty areas where those people typically migrate to, like, because when they do come to this country, they're not making $60,000-$70,000 a year. These people are making, they're nannies, you know, they're field workers, they're doing a lot of the work that, like, you know, they're tough. Housekeeping, yeah, a lot of, you know, like low level jobs, and they're not making a lot of money. So where can you live, right? Very poverty stricken areas. That money could be put back into those communities that need it the most, and it's their people that are hurting them. Does that make sense?
And like most people, education.
most people don't get that. Most people don't understand. Like, oh no, we need to like allocate more money. No, what we need to do is we need to deallocate the money to those people. We need to get them the fuck out of here. We don't need to put them on our dollar, and we need to take that money and we need to give it to the communities where those people are going to, where they would eventually end up. And we need to build those communities up. We need to make them better because those people do contribute, and the people who do it right and they do it ethically and they do it legally, they're the ones who are prized, and they're the ones who do need to stand out, and they should be applauded for it. The ones who leech off, I can't go anywhere. Do you think I can go to fucking Canada and just sit there and be like, hey, I'm gonna fucking live in Canada, I'm gonna go just fucking get a job and not have to pay taxes, I'm gonna get free healthcare? Nah, it doesn't happen like that. Nobody else is fucking privileged like that. This is the United States of America. Yes,
you can't go to Colombia and do that.
Yeah, we're built on legal immigration, but legal immigration. People don't get that. And then they bring up the whole Indian thing. Okay, well, yeah, this is 2019. Back in the day, you go somewhere, you put a fucking flag down, it's your country, you do whatever the fuck you want with it. The king of England says, hey, kill everybody, give them all diseases, whatever. They did it. They didn't have, you know, the laws of war back in the day. Their laws of war was command and conquer. That's it. Period. We are taking up as much shit as we can. We're building our economies. We're stealing shit. We can make money. That's how it was, man. It was gold. Dude, I've been on a tangent for so long.
Dude, you're good.
But like, yeah, it's crazy, man. My family immigrated here. Everybody's fucking family immigrated to America, but they all, you know, for the most part, the ones who've been here long enough, they've either gotten away with it for a long fucking time or they did it legally, you know? And it's just like, I don't know, those communities suffer, and it's sad to see that, because I'd like to put my money back into the community instead of having to deport somebody. You know, like that's people are like, oh, you had to fucking deport him. You know, like, why would you even say that? Well, because he just took food out of the kid's mouth that, you know, his mom, you know, that kid's mom and dad work, you know, 60 hours a week, making $8 an hour to afford an apartment that's $1,400 now, like $1,400 a month to raise their 3 kids because they came over here legally. You know, they came from your fucking country. They came from, you know, maybe even down the street, but they went through the system. They went through the process, and people are going to get upset that, you know, somebody came over here and, you know, they get a traffic violation and we're kicking them out. And they're like, well, that guy's got like 3 kids. He's been here for 20 years. Well, he's had 20 fucking years to get his fucking, to get his residency, to get his shit together, to get his citizenship. When I hear stories like that, I don't fucking care how hard that guy worked. If I go to another country and they find me after 20 years, you think somebody wants to have sympathy for me? No, I'm a fucking white dude. Nobody cares. Problem is, America is expected to take everybody in, and we can't do that. We're the fucking world's economy, man. We protect the world. We police the world. We do everything for the world, and it's all on our tax dollars. Yeah. So the cool thing is we have a president, and I'm not saying I'm a fucking Trump fan. I'm just saying we have a president who recognizes that we are at a critical point where it's America. We have been stripped of our fucking pride. We, for the last 20 years, we've been fucking bombed on our own. We've been fucking attacked on our own soil. 2001, we've continuously been attacked on our soil when it comes to like domestic terror. We have finally we have somebody who steps up to the plate and says, "Hey, I'm not going to bow to the Saudi king. I'm going to fucking talk to North Korea, and I'm going to tell them, I'm America. I'll fucking bomb you. Like, we got the bombs, dog. You guys are testing them. We're tried and true. We got that shit together like a long fucking time ago." We got somebody who's got some fucking balls in the White House, and not only has he done extremely well for like as far as like uniting certain things, getting us out of fucking wars, all kinds of shit, but we also have a guy who recognizes that we are like that we have been stripped of our fucking pride, and our economy has been the greatest economy since like the 50s, honestly. Like literally the last 50 years, the greatest economy we've had in like 50 years. It's just like we're at a good point where I think it's like it's now or never, and we're totally divided as a country, which is crazy. And I try not to focus too much on like the news as far as like letting it impact my point of view, because I go to Yahoo and it's super left wing. Yeah. My favorite thing is to go on there and just read it and be like, God, that was so biased. And then I get on there and I just troll people. I'll be like, I'm gonna give myself 10. I'm gonna give myself 10 minutes. I'm gonna read this article and I'm gonna find somebody to fuck with, and then I'm just call it good. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'll check on it and see if anybody likes it.
Back and reads comments like yours and just like, how do people just sit here?
I just look for the stupidest comments, and I'm like, this was a stupid article, and you're even dumber for even commenting on it, and I'm probably just as dumb for commenting on your stupid fucking comment. Yeah, those are the kind of shit that I like leave. I never attack somebody. I usually make a joke out of it, but
well, yeah.
Well, fuck, man, you guys got to get out of here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's like 9:30. It's kind of late.
Gotta go appease the wife and drop some tickets off to folks. So,
dude, sorry, man, I ran it.
Dude, you're good.
You guys got a couple IPAs in me, and I just took off.
Yeah, chapter booze over here. I mean,
chapter
black.
booze.
That's what I'll probably name the second
chapter
episode.
Booze.
Hell yeah.
Chapter booze. 6 shout outs. Where can everybody find you guys? Chapterblack.com.
Well, we don't have an official website, but people can find us on Facebook at Chapter Black Band. You can find us on Instagram at Chapter Black Official, and then also on Twitter at Chapter BLK Band.
They can stream you guys anywhere.
Yeah, we're on
Amazon.
We're on Amazon,
Alexa,
Google Play,
Chapter Black.
pretty much. Google Play, Apple Music, iTunes. Anywhere you can get music online, pretty much.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. And then they can just buy the album if they want it, right?
Yeah.
You can buy the physical copy at a show, or if you want to shoot us a message and want a physical copy, we can deliver it to you as well.
Dude, you guys should. I don't think I have one of your CDs here.
Well, I don't know.
Do you guys have a CD in your van? I saw you guys brought the tour van.
No, we don't.
No.
We just unloaded everything this morning, so.
Totally good, man. Next time you guys come over, get me a CD, because I'm trying to get like the bands you guys can see up there. I'm starting to paste them up there, but no bands ever bring me anything. But I also never ask. This is the first time I've actually asked somebody if they do bring it. I'm like, okay, I'll hang it on the wall. But I've had so many bands in here lately. I kind of want to just start taking a CD, and I can buy it off you guys or whatever. It's not a big deal, but
and frame it.
Well, no, just hang it up on the wall.
Oh.
See, I just stamp
like,
them on the wall up there. Yeah.
Is the CD? Where's the CD?
It's inside of the actual case. Yeah, that's like a CD, like a case.
They're
not all
maybe,
like plastic,
putting it in a frame and putting like actual.
Do you remember those back then? It was like the black. Yeah. It was like the black border,
the like little black border strip thing in the fucking case.
Dude, one of the coolest fucking CDs though. No Effects. No Effects. The Decline. It's a clear CD, and I've told a couple of the guys that I've worked with here, if they want me to produce like an album, or if they want me to produce like 5 songs, like an EP for them, then I would obviously I'd go all out, and I would make sure that like the shit would obviously sound good, but it would look fucking dope. So I just remember it was clear, and they only used enough writing for the actual song. It's like a 20-minute song. It's basically like 5 songs rolled into one track. And anyways, it's like a photo of like it, basically half of the CD is clear. It's like a clear CD, and then the case was clear, so you could literally see through everything. And it was just this chick on the front, very small picture of her, just over the one track. But I always thought that would be cool. I'd have to figure out where they would have something like that, like those kinds of CDs. Yeah, but those would be cool. I think, especially because CDs now, they're pretty just generic.
Nobody really uses CDs anymore.
Well, if you go to a record exchange, people can get
do.
CDs from there.
Well, yeah, but
or
I mean,
obviously at shows, you
where
can buy
do
them at the merch table.
But where do you use a CD? Like, I mean, I don't have a CD player in my
Some
car.
people like.
Well, I
the
still have a
quality of
laptop
CDs.
that I put CDs
Well, yeah,
in.
my laptop has it, but I haven't really used it in.
I've been in a couple of cars as of recent that still have CD players in
Really?
them.
People
Yeah.
like nostalgia, though. People do like CD, and CDs do have.
No, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying people, nowadays just files. Most
Yeah,
buy
it's
it.
mainly,
People buy
it's
it.
mainly a digital
Yeah.
streaming platform nowadays compared to getting
Which sucks, to be
CDs,
honest with you. It's kind of
but-
like the same as like a paperback book or
Yeah.
like an ebook.
people have been also diving into getting like records now, like vinyls.
I
Yeah.
buy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a.
Oh, yeah,
I got
I
a
love
record player. I have a
vinyls.
ton of vinyl at my parents' house. I never brought it over here because I just don't really. I don't really.
I mean, I would
listen
love
what
to
it
get
is.
should do
vinyls, but
something with them.
the first step I need to do in order to fucking buy a vinyl is to get a vinyl player.
Yeah, they're not expensive. I have a really
Yeah.
nice one out here. I think I paid like $60, but I got it on Whoop.com. It's like
Urban
it's,
Outfitters.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Really
an
cool
owner
ones.
of it's owned by like Amazon. So it's like their closeout stuff. So a lot of times they have a bunch of returns that are like certified or like refurb.
Vinyls fucking sell, dude.
Dude, yeah, and you can get vinyl players now. They're sick.
That
I need to
sound
go buy some.
Dope. Sound really dope.
They do. They sound good. All right, so everybody make sure that you follow Chapter Black, aka Chapter Booze, on Channel 99. These guys bringing over the beers. I haven't had a beer in a long time, so I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow Channel 99. I'm everywhere, just Channel 99. You can find me everywhere. But Spotify, fuck Spotify. If you listen to the first episode, those guys, man, I've got
Those
tickets
Wait,
there.
motherfuckers
what
have
happened?
fucked you
Well,
over.
no.
We'll
Don't-
talk. No, I'll talk
Yeah,
about it afterwards.
okay.
Basically, they're just not publishing my shows, and they just keep giving me like canned terrible responses. But also swing by rhinorush.com, channel 9915, get 15% off. Go get stacked up, get jacked up. And there's also on Pro Age Nutrition. That's my nutrition company. I sponsor people from like UFC, college athletes, professional athletes, football players. And that's both football in America and football overseas, and that's also soccer in America. Do channel 9925, and I'll get you hooked up with a 25% off on our product. You can really only get it there or at one store here locally, and they are constantly sold out, so chances are pretty good you're going to have to go through the website. Message us if you have any questions, and make sure that you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah.
God, you guys are musicians and you need to sing.